We're here with some more custom stuff. Let's do it. Blackbeard Customs and Midwest Industries on an MP5. Monadnock Firearms is the place to go. A link to their Instagram will be below. Code SteveMP5. Save you money nationwide. Check them out. Get what you need. Save at the same time. All right, if you followed me for a little bit and saw my Beretta APX Compact dressed in the Blackbeard Customs patinaed pirate finish, then you'll recognize this. So what I did was I had a Midwest Industries MP5 rail, hadn't done anything with it, wanted to spice it up a little bit. I said, dude, can you hook this thing up with the patinaed finish that he did on the APX, and let's see what happens. So that's what we did, man, and you know what? This isn't gonna be for everybody. This is not gonna be for everybody. Most people keep it black or do something different. This is not gonna be for everybody, but man, this thing just makes it pop, it makes it stand out. If you like doing stuff that's different, custom stuff, whatever, you know, this might be the route you go. But this is just kind of showing off, you know, what they can do, and I think it's pretty cool. So what I got going on here is it's the full-length, sort of extended version of the Midwest Industries MP5 rail with their top rail as well. And why I went with this option for the Midwest Industries is because most times, especially on MP5, I'm gonna run a silencer of some sort, right? And a lot of times on an MP5, even if you have, you know, rail systems and everything, there's just not a whole lot of real estate here. You know, the barrel stops here, so there's really not a whole lot of room for switches and lights and stuff. I mean, it can be done. I've done it. It just can make it feel a little cramped. So what this gives me the option to do is run things forward of the barrel. So right now, this light switch is actually, and if you can see in there, is basically right where the barrel and the silencer are starting and ending. So it's there. I mean, with the silencer on, obviously everything's exiting down range, but this just gives me more comfortability, better hand placement. I can move this vert grip around so I don't have to be so close where it might get in the way of a mag change. I can leave it further out, and I can put my thumb on the light switch much easier and not have to feel like I'm really cramped trying to get to something. Now you could run, if you didn't want to run the extended rail and just get the normal length rail, you could certainly run your switch and things on the top, and I've done that same thing. You can easily go like this and do your C-clamp, boop, boop, easy. This just gives you the option. I like the option. I like giving this a more SD look with the longer handguard to tuck that can down there. But again, it's not a true SD. It just gives you that SD look. And with the light mounted forward, I gave it as far forward of a throw as I could, so it's past the barrel. I'm not going to get any tactical shadow, which you don't want tactical shadows. And it just feels really good. One thing I'll say as a critique on Midwest on this, and it could just be the M-LOK mounting system I have for this cloud defensive light here. The screws on this mount were a little long. Now again, that's not the fault so much of Midwest, but I didn't have any smaller screws. So I couldn't really cinch this thing down and get it really tight because if I did, they would touch the can. I don't want to touch the can. So I had to back them off a little bit. So I realistically, over long periods of shooting, and if you don't put some Loctite on it, that's probably going to back off and you're probably going to get some wiggle in this light. I have it set up to where it's, I mean, there's just clearance. Like there's no room extra. I mean, it just makes it for me to be able to put the can on and take it off. Now this can is sitting on a 3-lug, so you know, you push it down, twist it, pull it off, but it's close. It's close. I mean, maybe I would like to see this rail be just a little bit wider of a circumference inside here, and you're probably not going to see I mean, there's room, but when you start attaching M-lock stuff and those screws get down in there, it's just really, really close. And without a flat, you're probably not going to be able to see, but you can see the lug. You can see the lug right down in there. And the screw, man, is just, it's close. It's right there. That's the only ding, if you want to call it a ding. Again, I could probably find some smaller M-lock screws. That's just what I had. And, you know, you kind of want it to fit everything. It's also worth pointing out, this is an SBR, but the setup that I had was a brace setup. So it even says on here on the back, not a stock. It came with all the brace, like accoutrements to put on there, but this isn't a pistol, it's a rifle, short barrel rifle, so I just, I'm using it in a different fashion than as described by Midwest. Run the foregrip, so everything is working for me here. Feels good, button placement's good, running the 510C on the top on their rail. And what I also too like about this color scheme on this is you can really differentiate between the gun, what's going on, and all the rail stuff. So for you to see, I mean, Midwest Industries rail, it's pretty slick setup. I mean, you got the pick rail in the back, you got the M-lock on the top, still giving you room for the charging handle here, so it doesn't really impede on anything. You can still access everything really nice, and you still have pick rail way out front of the handguard. So really, you could put a light on top of that. You could put like a D-ball or something on top of that to have your light laser set up. I mean, this really is a slick setup if you want the extra rail space for a bunch of stuff. I mean, it feels like endless amounts of options on this guy. You're solid on this option if you need all of that real estate. All right, guys, this really isn't supposed to be like a shooting video. This doesn't affect the way this thing fires at all. So I just really wanted to go over the whole overview of what this rail is from Midwest and highlight again the cool stuff that Blackbeard Customs is doing. I really just dig this. Again, not for everybody, but this is something that is really cool and will stand out at the range. If you take training classes, people are going to be like, what the hell are you doing? That's the kind of stuff you like if you like that sort of attention. But anyway, let's take some shots, call it a day. Don't forget Steve MP5 on the Instagrams. See you next time.